Julle kinders raak te slim.
This is fine, yeah, just like it.
Ja, nee, dis reg. Sweet bananas. Is jy reg daar, Jan?
Is it perfect?
Gemaklik.
Is julle reg?
Ja, ons is reg, Annie. Afrikaans, nee. Fantasties. Okay, hier gaan ons. Ons kry hom gou so, kan ons vir oom Jan daar sien. Daar is hy. Good morning, Yvonne streamers and Brand Live listeners. You are here with me, Yvonne from PTY Ltd. Today I'm sitting here with Jan from Tax Solutions, and we are going to talk about tax. Good morning, Jan. How are you doing?
Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning, listeners. Doing well. It's this tax season is starting, so it's a good time to talk about, to get your tax in order, and thanks for the invite.
It's absolutely my pleasure. Now, Jan, we had a bit of a discussion before the show about all the strange things that you come across when submitting tax for clients. Now, the first one I want to talk about is all the people that's under the misconception that they're under the threshold but not filing their tax returns. What is the implications on those?
Yes, at present, SARS has increased the tax threshold to 350,000. And a lot of people, a lot of my clients that hasn't submitted their tax, realized then, but I've got deductions. I'm paying a medical aid, I've got a retirement annuity, and they're losing out on these deductions. I had a lady about 2 weeks ago, which the same thing, she phoned in SARS and she said, this is what I'm earning, and they said, you don't have to submit your tax. And she didn't submit it. And for 5 years, we got her back 46,000 Rand. So, because she had a medical aid. And I think a lot of people today, the households, both the man and the wife's got to work.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife's working for the medical aid.
Yes, yes.
And that's the medical credits that she got back when I submitted a tax return. So if you've got any deductions, find out from a tax consultant or a tax practitioner. Give them your details. Submit your tax, whether you've got deductions or not, whether you're under the threshold, you know that you are tax compliant, and whenever you want to do something, you can get a tax clearance certificate from SARS for good standing. You want to buy a house, you want to buy a motor car, you want to make a bank loan, they're going to find out if your tax is up to date.
Okay, so a tax clearance certificate gives you that little bit of extra when you want to purchase a house or a car.
That's
and it gives you that peace of mind.
That's quite correct, John.
And then you get your, what I call your 13th bonus check from SARS as well.
Yeah. SARS has also changed the tax season for the new year.
Yes, yes, yes.
They've shortened it with 3 weeks. The reason for that is because a lot of people wait, and it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Wait till the end of the year, then submit their tax, because they want, like you said, that 13th check, either to go on holiday or to pay off your debt or whatever.
Yes.
So my advice is get your tax in as soon as possible.
Yes. I mean, I look at a few of my clients. Oh, there. Okay. I look at a few of my clients, and I find that they they don't submit all their information. They, for instance, will submit the RIP5 and they know that a medical aid is tax deductible, but they don't submit the information, for instance, of that they work from home and have a home office. That part of their home office use the electricity and some of the utilities of the house itself. How much precisely can we, a SME in that scenario, claim from tax with regards to the income generated?
Once you've got a business and you're running it from home, you've got to still submit your tax as a to claim any of the what do you call it, the expenditures you had with an office, telephone, internet, cell phone, but you've got to realize you've got to pay tax on your income that you're going to. If you're selling a product, make sure that you're putting away every month. Register yourself as a provisional taxpayer. Pay your tax, because otherwise you won't be able to do that, to claim back any of that. Keep book of what your expenditures are. There's a lot of things that you can and cannot claim. To start off with, if you're working for a company, when you're getting an RP5,
yes,
know your RP5, know your codes. Know, ask your tax practitioner, what does this code mean? This income. What does this code mean? You've got an annual leave pay. What is this? You've got travel allowance. And then find out and know, this is the stuff that I can claim, so I've got to get all my documents ready for submission of my tax. When you get audited, you get an IT-34, and that will then say you've been audited, and you've got to provide them with the necessary documents: RP5, your travel logbook, your retirement annuity, your medical aid certificate. Like I said in the beginning, SARS is now, when you do you refresh your RP5 and then your medical aid.
Yes.
Because they've got third-party information. In other words, when you do your tax, and you're claiming for your retirement annuity, it will ask you for how many retirement annuities, and then it will also open on the form a block for the company and the policy number.
Yes.
Because they can go and check that. If you've got a medical aid, they can go and check that. How many members are you on the medical aid, and what did you have out of pocket?
Yes.
It's very important. Have all those things, because when I'm going to send you an SMS or an email and say, where's those documents? We only got 21 working days
to get those information back to
SARS. Otherwise, SARS will turn up and say, sorry, we're closing the link. The amount that you claim then will be owed by you to SARS. And if you don't pay it, there will be penalties and interest.
And then they'll just keep on rolling it and rolling it and rolling it and rolling it. The whole snowball effect.
Yeah, and please don't ignore not submitting your returns. Because the penalties and interest on that, SARS is getting down and claiming those amounts now from people. Whether I didn't know, it's not an excuse. Oh, my tax practitioner or accountant didn't submit it. That's you, and it's sort of your responsibility, nobody else's.
Now, Jan, tell me, in a scenario where, for instance, a client did their tax returns through Company A. Okay, let's go back from 2005 till about 2008. They submitted their tax returns through Company A. And in 2008, they got their tax clearance and they got their tax directive for 20% because they're in sales. All nicely done. Couple years down the line, they've now changed from tax practitioners. And now all of a sudden, SARS comes back and tells them, but listen, you never filed in, let's say, 2007. But in 2008, you had a tax directive, which means you had to have filed 2007. What does a client do in a situation like that?
I get this every day as soon as I get somebody's tax returns to do, and then ask for an ITSA, which is the income tax statement, SARS statement, where then it shows and tells you these following years are outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
I phoned the client. The client said, but somebody else did it for me. Go find out. Let's see. Did you submit it at branch? Did the tax practitioner or accountant, did they submit it? If it wasn't submitted, then get it done, submit it, and tell SARS the reason why it hasn't been submitted. If you were unemployed and SARS says you've got to get proof of that, go to your nearest police station, do an affidavit, and say that for that period, 2007, 8, or whatever the year may be, you were unemployed.
But surely that tax return should have been filed if there was a tax director for 2008?
Going back so far, SARS says to the individual taxpayer, you've got to keep your records for 5 years.
Yes.
If it's not on their system, then the previous people that you worked for, your employers, they either didn't submit it or they don't exist anymore. I get clients that says to me, "Jan, I worked for this company. They don't exist. They've closed down. What now? Go get an affidavit from your nearest police station, and then we submit it. Go in, and I'll say to everybody that I do their tax, don't be scared of SARS. Go into SARS, go and give them your ID, go and give them your proof of address, go give them your bank details. Proof of address and bank details not older than 3 months.
Yes.
Because when I submit your tax and you've got a credit, they could then stop what we call a stopper on your account, and ask you to go in and provide them with your bank details. There's a lot of fraud out there, and it's not because SARS doesn't want to pay you. They just want to make sure they're paying it to the right account. The third-party accounts, don't get your husband's account or somebody else's account. Although there is third-party accounts that SARS will allow in some circumstances.
Like, for instance, if the husband and wife is married in community or property and they've got a combined account.
That's quite correct. So what I say is rather be compliant, go into SARS. It's a good time rather to go now than when the season starts on the 1st of July.
Yes.
Because then everybody's you're going to sit in queues and queues and queues.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So our tax season starts now on the 1st of July and it runs until?
The end of August.
End of August. Yeah, it was usually about mid-September.
Yeah,
end of September.
October. No, end of October. So
end of October.
Yeah. That's quite correct.
So they've shrinked it quite a bit.
Yeah, with 3 weeks.
With 3 weeks.
Yeah. The reason for that is if a lot of people, this is what SARS said in a statement, that fraudsters go out there, and I don't really say that everybody is is going to be dishonest on their return.
Yes.
But they waiting till the end of the tax season, and then there's millions of people that are submitting their returns. It's close to the December holidays, and then the audits start coming in. Nobody's there. They're going to do your audit then when they come back in January.
Yes.
So you're going to be upset with SARS, and you're going to be on the telephone phoning, and that's not going to help.
Yes, yes.
Once the audit has been done on your SARS account, it can take between 30 and 90 working days.
So you can sit right through December waiting for an answer from SARS.
And you won't get that.
And you won't get it because everybody's on holiday.
Quite correct. Yeah. You'll be also maybe sitting on holiday somewhere and waiting for your check, and it's not going to happen. That's why it's putting a lot of pressure on the accountants and the tax practitioners, because I'm sure everybody's going to get their tax returns in as soon as the tax season starts on the 1st of July.
Oh. Now, Jan, tell me, in a scenario for a startup, a small SME, small business owner, there's a lot of things that are tax deductible. Now, as I said, Joe, in previous conversations, you are one of the smartest tax consultants I know, purely for the fact because you were the first and only tax consultant that ever told me that I could claim back my lapses from when I was in the financial industry.
Quite correct. You've got to keep record of it. 1, 2, it's bad debt. We call it bad debt. You've paid let's say on a 10,000 rand commission. You had a tax directive for 20%. That's 2,000 rand. It was paid over to SARS.
Yes.
But the financial organization for which you worked, client didn't honor his policy. Policy lapsed. So what they did is they took back the 10,000 rand.
Exactly, and I'm 10,000. I'm actually 12,000 out of pocket because I've paid 2,000 to SARS, and the financial institution took their 10,000 back.
Quite correct, Joe. Quite correct. So then keep record of it, and with your next tax year, then we can submit that and get it all on. Keep record of it, client policy number, amount, commission statements, etc. Give enough info to SARS. They know why you're claiming this back, because you didn't earn that money.
Now that's for the financial industry. Does that also count for somebody else in another commission-driven industry as well?
Where there's commissions
gets paid back to them and then get claimed back because clients dissatisfied or just didn't pay, the goods was taken back. Can they also claim that?
Of course. As soon as you've paid tax and your income has been taken back, you can claim this money back. Why should SARS get money that you haven't earned? Because you haven't earned that money. It was taken back from you.
Okay, perfect. And I get a signal there from our sound producer. We need to go to an ad break. So we'll see you guys in about 2 minutes and enjoy the break. Fantasties. Ja nee, ek dink ons moet dit definitief een keer 'n maand doen.
First we want to hear from Andy if he says yes.
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 Andile, what have you done to my earphone now again? There we go. I don't know. I think the connection is...
So the people see that on TV?
This one is going on YouTube. Okay. It records everything that's happening in the studio. I edited a bit with the
take that away.
No. I leave the as and as because it's real. I just take the ad break and the intros out.
Oh, okay.
And then I put it on YouTube via the website, and then obviously I use that as a marketing tool, to send people through to you and to send people through to Dr. Michelle and everybody that comes onto the show.
That's
so we can build up a network of you guys have got all the information. You've got the education that I know, but you guys do the background work for the clients, like the tax submissions. I really don't have the time for that.
I love this, but because once you come to me with your tax, actually,
This one, Greg.
Okay, after this one. Perfect.
I say to people, "It's calm for me." What do you mean? I say, I know everything about you. I've got your bank statements. I know what deductions is. Deductions are. I know where you live. I know everything about you. So I can give you advice on anything. I can give you advice on short-term life annuities, your tax saving, this, that, and the next thing.
And we're back here from 27 Boxes in Melville. You are listening to brandlife.co.za, the financial independence coach, brought to you by Yvonne Pty Ltd. With me, your host, Yvonne E. Fenterlow. Today we're talking to Jan from Tax Solutions, and our subject is, you guessed it, tax. Now, Jan, before the break, I asked you about commissions and small business owners, but there's so much more that a small business owner can claim back on. I mean, I've sat with individual coachees that I'm working with them to build up their financial independence. They have their own little business, and they are constantly taking clients out to coffee and to lunch and to some sort of entertainment, golf, for that matter of fact, to get the business on the books. And those scenarios, those things are tax deductible too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But like I said, you're going to start a business, ABC. You're not going to register it. You're just going to have a little business where you're going to be selling a product. Make dead sure you get a bank account on the business, trading as, whatever you want to call it. It's sole proprietor. And then register that business to get an income tax number so that you can pay tax. Nothing. You cannot claim anything back from SARS if you haven't paid over tax during the year.
Exactly.
As a tax practitioner, as a provisional taxpayer, you can pay this every 6 months. And let's say the year is finished, you're going to now submit your tax. You've paid 100,000 rand over to SARS.
Yes.
Then you start with your deductions. Entertainment. You took 4 guys out to go and have a game of golf. You've paid for their playing the day with you. Advertising, cell phones, internet, office space. Maybe you've got an admin secretary or somebody that you're paying a salary to.
Yes.
You've got to keep bookkeeping of this whole business of yours. What I say to people when they want to start a business, first want to go and register the business as a PTY limited.
Yes.
It's costly.
It is.
You've got to get an accountant to do your financials. You've got to get somebody to do your PAYE.
Yes.
You've got to register for VAT. That's another subject we can talk about. You've got to do UIF, SDL. All that is costly.
Yes.
Make sure that the business you want to do from home, you're passionate about, and let it grow every year, and see where you're going to go to before you start up a PTY limited or a trust company that you want to run this business in.
Because obviously there's a huge difference between the tax that you pay. Because as a sole proprietor, you can still get away with 18% tax, where with a PTY LTD, my scenario, I'm now
45.
stuck with 45% tax.
Yeah, no, for sure, no, for sure. But like I said, you've got to keep record of everything that you do, and then give it to your tax practitioner or your accountant, and ask him, can I deduct this? Because they will give you a list of what you can and what is allowable to as a deduction for the year.
Well, through the years that I worked with clients, quite a few of them weren't enlightened to the fact that when you claim back for your medical aid, those additional medical expenses that was not covered by the medical aid could also be deducted. Those extra
out of pocket.
Yeah, that is out of pocket scenarios. Those extra payments that you made in towards the retirement annuity could also be deducted.
Of course, yeah. No, for sure. Just to get back to the medical aid deductions, I always say to taxpayers, get yourself a chemist or place where you're going to get your submit your medical for the month, and at the end of the year, ask the chemist to give you a breakdown of what you spent out of pocket, because you've got a medical aid, and it says out of pocket paid by yourself and not the medical aid. There's an amount of, let's say, 10,000 rand.
Yes.
You cannot go now and say, I want to claim, you have the proof, because it's on your medical aid, on your certificate, you already paid the 10.
Yes.
You've got to then prove that you, besides that, had more expenses.
Okay.
And that you can get from what do you call it, a printout from the chemist.
So you can actually go and request, for instance, if you've decided to use just the Dis-Chem or just the Clicks or just the Link Pharmacy on the corner, the whole year through, you can go and request that information from them.
Yes, for sure. It's on their system, and they will give you a breakdown for the year. And say to the people that's going to help you, it's for my tax.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Now, Jan?
And your second question is with retirement annuities. Get your certificate from your broker and keep it on hand, because if SARS audit you, they will definitely ask for that certificate. A lot of clients, what they do is before the end of the year, before tax, there's a cut-off in February, end of February. They put a single amount into their retirement annuity to get the more tax relief for the, for the tax. So there will be 2 certificates. It will be the normal one.
The normal recurring one, and then
the single
the
payment.
ad hoc or lump sum.
Quite correct. Yeah.
Now, with regards to retirement annuities, now I have not refreshed any of my tax stuff this year. To my last knowledge, it was a scenario of 15% of your income can go into a retirement annuity or a retirement providing vehicle, whether it's retirement annuity or self-funded other vehicle. And then 40% of that you can claim back from tax.
No. Let me explain it. Forget about what happened in the past, and it's if SARS has changed, you're now allowed 27.5% of the following. You belong to a company as pension or a provident fund, and you've got a retirement annuity. That amount up to 350,000 rand, which is will be the cap, is tax deductible. Now, I say to clients and tax payers, when you've got a retirement annuity, speak to your broker, find out in which portfolios your retirement has been invested. Get that, and normally, and this is definitely not advice, sit in front of somebody to give you advice about a retirement annuity. It's between 6 and 8%, the growth from your retirement annuity.
Yes.
Now, if you've got a 10,000 rand annuity, which you claim me back from SARS, you're going to get back 2,750 rand. Add that to your retirement annuity. I think that's one of the best savings vehicles at present.
Yes.
You get your normal growth on your annuity, plus back the 27.5% of which the premiums is that you've paid for your annuity. A lot of friends and clients of mine that I help them with their tax, when they get their 13th check, they say to me, when it comes at the end of the year, end of February, I want to put a small amount and start building your retirement annuity for your tax saving and a better future when you retire.
Well, like they said, gold is in those hands that knows how to cut their tax.
You're quite right.
Exactly. Well, I think by the looks of it, our time is up. Jan, it was absolutely brilliant to have you here on the show today. For all our listeners, I will be posting Jan's information on our Facebook page and on our website with the link through to Jan's details. And if you want to contact him, all his details will be on there for your tax advice. And remember, it is now tax season. So get snapping on that so that we can get those bonus checks. From me, Yvonne Elizabeth Ventela, this was the Financial Independence Coach Show from 27 Boxes in Melville on brandlive.co.za. Shalom. Ag, dit was sommer nou lekker.
Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks, Andy.
Pleasure.
So Jan,
Thanks, Phil.
solank as wat ek die show het, kom jy een keer 'n maand vir ons met ons kom
Baie
gesels.
dankie, ek waardeer dit. Vreeslik, man.